Hello everyone and welcome to ZP Productions. Today we will actually take a look and unboxing and of course initial impression of this IEM here. This is the Tangzu Wan Er, launched I believe about last year, and it is a very affordable IEM, less than $20. In Singapore it's about 25 Sing dollars. Very comparable to something like say the Sennheiser MKH, which will be the IEM I use for comparison with this. So without wasting time, let's unbox this. Now this IEM is purchased by me, so no, I'll just do whatever I want. So this is the unboxing. Yep. Now this is okay, this is really cool. You see, it gives a cloth here. Cool. First time I seen a microfiber cloth that's printed. Now one thing about Tangzu stuff, right, is that they always put it like this for display, but this is the second time I open it. The last one I opened out with the CN-E. Also like this, the IEM just drop in and disappear, so not the best way to actually hold an IEM, I guess. These are the Wan Er here. I will actually zoom in later to have a closer look, but you can see this is a QDC 75mm C-type connector that is popped out. I do not know why they do that, because the rest of the IEM range within Tangzu's one is like flat 0.78. I don't know what's the difference here. This is the cable box. Let's see the cable. I'm probably not looking to be impressed by this. This looks like the same cable I got in, I think, let's see, the KZ, I think it's this one. Yes, the KZ ZS10 Pro 2. Very similar looking, clear cable. Let's see what tips they give. I mean, tips are really important, and I will actually put a good tip on an IEM, even if it's $20, if it deserves it. Okay, let's take a look at the tips they give. These are the affordable ones, nothing too special. These are the tips that they give, nothing too special here. Looks like silicone tips. So there's two different colors. They didn't actually label what it does. So I will just take the simple red one with the dome, these two, and then I will use it. Now for usually initial impressions, I will take the default tips because that gives a very fair comparison. Now this is the IEM. Let's take a closer look at the IEM itself. You can see this is the IEM itself, and then this is the tip. This is a single dynamic driver. You can see the dynamic driver here, and then this is the nozzle itself. You can see the connector. This is 2-pin QDC connectors, I believe. This is C-type 0.75, and then the nozzle itself is a metal nozzle with a lip, so it can actually fit quite a lot of tips quite easily. Now I'm going to fit the smallest tip because that's usually what I do. It fits on really easy like this, you can see, and I'll do it for the other side. Now with the tips fit on, this is how it looks like. Okay, we will try fit on the cables too. Now with the cables fit on, this is how the IEMs look like. Personally, I think these IEMs look pretty good. The finishing looks pretty nice. It's pure plastic case with a faceplate that is pretty decent. I mean, for a budget IEM, you can look at the faceplate. It's actually pretty decent. Overall, I think if you ask me, for its price range, this is outstanding quality for its price range. I mean, whatever it's giving, the tips, the IEMs, the cables, I really don't have complaints for this price point of sub 20 USD or sub 30 Sing dollars. So without wasting time, let's do an initial impression. I will do an initial listen without any form of comparison. That is just to make sure that I get a feel of this IEM, and then after that I will do a comparison with the Sennheiser MKH. Now the device I use for this, it will be my M17 here. Now this is of course obviously an overkill, but you know, I just don't want to deal with dongles. I used to one point use dongles for a review, but I think they are so troublesome compared to just using a DAP. Now for this, I will actually take the song. I will listen to my usual Ibarra. I'll use Spotify because you know, people who use this level of IEMs, a lot of them will be using Spotify or Apple Music, not some FLAC. Let's go Ibarra here, and let's take a listen. So my initial impression of this is pretty good. It's very balanced, good amount of bass, good amount of mids, good amount of highs. Details are pretty decent. I can hear the small little instruments that are playing the track. There is no muddiness, no confusion, no bloated bass. Everything is pretty balanced and clean. Honestly, without comparison, I think that I can live with this IEM. I can literally take this IEM, listen it for a day or two without feeling any form of lacking. You know, that is really the feeling I got when I listen to this IEM. Now, if you ask me without comparison, my only complaint of this IEM, it's probably that it sounds a little bit flat at times. It just doesn't feel extremely dynamic, you know. I just don't know how to explain, but you know, this is like, okay, I listen to music, it's a bit flat throughout, but it is enjoyable still. That there is a little bit of everything that I want and everything I need in a music that is pretty good. Balance, no bloatedness, clear, minimum sibilance, and still maintain good amount of details and treble extension. At least for Ibarra. I mean, Ibarra is not a song that needs a lot of treble extension. There's not much treble, nor is Ado voice very airy in nature. But you know what? Let's try a different song. So recently I saw Ado has another song that I really like. Very good for this airiness and stuff. I just don't know what is this title in English. I think you can see here. This title is. I'll find a title next time and then take a comparison. But you know what? Let's try listening to this. It is a very nice song where Ado's voice is actually really airy and big. This is one of the songs with lesser instruments and a lot more focus on her vocals. It's a beautiful song. And for this test, it really gives me the airiness that I'm looking at. It sounds big, it sounds airy, it sounds smooth for her voice. Now, it does sound a little bit more on the neutral side, not so warmish. More on the neutral side, really. And for the voice itself, when she was saying Aishiteru, the extension and the air in the voice is just phenomenal for this IEM. And you know what? This is a sub 30 Sing dollars, sub 20 USD IEM, and I'm saying it's phenomenal. That is how good I feel this IEM is. I have tried many. I really enjoyed listening to this song with this IEM. But you know what? Once again, we are speaking on the basis of first impressions here. I would now going to find my 7Hz and do a comparison so that we have a more fair view on what is this IEM exactly delivering. So this is the 7Hz 02, and this will be used for comparison. I'm using the default tips on the 02 because people who buy such IEMs probably will not go and change the tips. They will just use whatever that comes out of the box and fits the size. So this is the default ones, and we will try to compare. Now the cable I'm using is also the default cable. This is a very thin cable. Personally, I think this cable looks better, but just now I was getting all tangled up quite easily, and this one just doesn't tangle as much. So I'm not too sure, you know, this is just a personal experience. Let's try it out. So for this comparison, I'm going to try out the air, the treble extension, and I'll use the same song that I heard just now, which I said for the Wan Er. It sounds phenomenal. Let's hear it one more time, and then I'll compare with the 7Hz 02, and then we'll see how it goes. Now my impression was interesting. Now, if you are looking for absolute clarity, like looking through clear water, for this price range, the 7Hz does it a bit better. It feels like you really look through that clear plain water where you can see or hear the instruments and its various elements, especially in this song, right? But this is a vocal heavy song. There's a lot of instruments still, but vocal heavy. 7Hz does bring out it a bit more. And the bass is tighter. But the Wan Er had a really nice mix. It's like forward, powerful, big and airy. It's really nice. that is the impression I have after I played the music like 3-4 times in the specific 2 minutes to 3 minutes mark. The Wan Er really gives me that awesome vocal feel that is very powerful and projected, yet still very smooth and big and wide, you know. Now, the bass itself, I feel that the 7Hz is a little bit tighter, just a touch tighter. Quantity-wise, feels about the same, but I do feel like the 7Hz has a little bit more treble for this particular song. But you know what? This is song 1, and let's hear song 2. So for song 2-wise, another Ado song. I mean, I don't want to just flip around so much. I will listen to Unravel. Unravel has a very messy part somewhere in the middle of the song where there's a lot of instruments. I heard it across multiple IEMs. Some IEMs were just outright messy. Some IEMs were actually very tame and nice. So let's not waste time. Let's hear Unravel somewhere in the middle. Okay, with Unravel, I would say as I will give the clear winner to the 7Hz 02 because the clarity is really important here. When she sings, then there's cymbals, there's drums, there's some electronic music, all of them coming together at about the 2 minute 50 seconds mark, and then she's screaming. The 7Hz is just better. I mean, it's just so much clearer, and then it feels more, I would say, as complete, the music itself. And the bass, you can tell in this particular track, the tightness of the 7Hz, the responsiveness is there, while the Wan Er actually loses out in that tightness and responsiveness of the bass. It feels a bit more flabby there. And then the vocals, once again, the Wan Er has a more forward, vocal itself that is really nice and powerful. However, I find that for instruments, it just gets a little bit drowned in this complicated portion of the track. Not too clear on that one. While the cymbals itself is, both of them are equally detailed and resolving for the cymbals that are crashing behind. But I do think that the 7Hz 02 just did a better job overall when it comes to the feel of the music. So if you were to ask me for a very complicated track, 7Hz 02 is better. But you know what? Let's try one last track. I mean, Ado is not the best. Let's try. Let me think. What track do I want to play? Maybe some USOB track, and I'll go for. No, I think I'll go for Departure from Egoist. That is a really vocal heavy track. Let's see whether Wan Er will always win in a vocal heavy game. Departures, yes. So I've heard the song Departures, and my conclusion is really like what I said earlier. The Wan Er is like fantastic for vocals. It's nice, it's smooth, it's really enjoyable. Now everything else is pretty fine if you are looking at it from the basis of this is your first and only IEM, you have never tried anything before. I think it sounds perfectly good. Now, if you compare to what the 7Hz 02 delivers, the 02 is just clearer and I feel technically more competent. And it is generally like, smooth and flat across. So if you are into listening to multiple genre of music, I think the 02 will do better. But if you are just focusing heavily on female vocals especially, the Wan Er is way better. I mean, the mids, I would say projection of the voice, the smoothness, the whole expression and feel of it. The vocals on the Wan Er is just significantly a better enjoyment. It's like putting on tubes like this, the difference is like Wan Er is like 7Hz 02 on tube, so you lose a bit of details, you lose a bit of technicality, but you gain this extra meat and warmth and smoothness in the vocal regions especially. It looks and sounds fantastic. But if you play a very complex track, like just now in Unravel, the 2 minute 50 second mark, where she is very complicated, I think this is not going to cut it. It's going to sound very mushy compared to, of course, the 7Hz. I mean, it's not mushy, by the way. It is very good. It's just that if you were to put side by side, you say, hey, the 7Hz is just so much clearer. Yes, that's the difference. Once again, this is a really affordable IEM. below 30 Sing dollars, below 20 USD. I don't expect miracles of it. It is even cheaper than the 02 in Singapore. It sounds phenomenal. It works out really well. It has magical qualities in the vocals, and if you are listening vocals, this is it. But if you're not listening to vocals, try not to get it, because I think the 7Hz 02 is a better choice, while the Wan Er is good. I mean, at this price point, you can just buy both of them and it still not cost you 60 Sing dollars. And you get to enjoy. If you are listening to anything but vocals, sure, take the 7Hz. And if you are listening to vocals, switch over to this and you get magical quality. As I said, it sounds like putting on some tubes into the song itself and kind of give you the effect. Now, this is pretty much the end of this initial impression of the Wan Er versus the 7Hz, and just the impression of Wan Er actually. Now, the Wan Er itself, overall, I think is a really good buy, especially if you are into vocals. If you're not into vocals and this is your first IEM, you will not regret it. It is very good. If this is not your first IEM, then depends on why you're getting another IEM. If you are aiming for vocals, this is it. If you are aiming for clarity, technicality, no, the 7Hz 02 is probably better than this IEM. Now, the only complaint I have while doing this review was that this cable is really easy to tangle. Like, I got it tangled twice in this short little review. I mean, for you guys, you are probably going to see a 10 minutes video. For me, it's like a 20-30 minutes video because I'm testing, listening, and trying to appreciate the music. This is pretty much a 30 minutes affair for me, and it tangled itself twice. Well, I never had this issue with the 02's cable itself. So my only complaint is the cable, but cable is something that you can actually replace quite easily. Though at this price point, you probably won't be replacing cables, nor will you be replacing tips. Now, tips are a way to actually change the sound signature. There are tips that increase clarity. There are tips that give liveliness, give bass. So there are ways to change the sound of this, but considering its price bracket, I don't think you want to buy tips with this guy, because almost any tip will cost more than this IEM. And there are, I would say, a more competent IEM if you pay slightly more than this. So it's a personal thing, I guess. But if you really think that this is spectacular for you, especially for vocals, I think you may want to invest in some tips that boost the vocals. Things like EBT stainless steel is good for boosting vocals there. Or maybe like Divinus Velvet, also very nice. Or the Baroque from Elitech, really, really good too. So there are tips that are really expensive that may cost more than this IEM, but it will bring this IEM to the next level and something to consider. Overall, I think I'm very happy with this IEM. I think for this price, I paid no complaints of all. And maybe the cable is a bit sucky, but I'm not going to change the cable for this IEM. Not at this price point. And that's already about it for today. I hope you enjoy my short little first impression plus unboxing of the Tangzu Wan Er. And I hope you enjoy this video itself, because I enjoy doing such first impression. This is as raw as it gets, as clear as it gets, and as straightforward as it gets, because I don't think when I do such videos, I just say whatever I felt when I listen to the music. And that's about it. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.